what's up? It's your girl, Miss Rena L. General.
Yours truly, Lomwe.
Yo, this is Black Jet.
Evo Timothy. Farmer Michael.
What it do, what it does.
What up,
people? This was good.
You listening to or tuned into
The 5Roundz podcast.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
Make sure you stick it right here because it's litty.
What is going on, people? What is going on? Welcome to 5Roundz. You have me today. It's just me, one Charlie. All right. Obviously, we've got a special guest today. But before I introduce this special guest, you guys know what to do. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so that you don't miss anything. Today, we are live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So make sure you join in. This guest probably does not need an introduction, but I'm still going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? My guy has been a DJ. He's an artist. He's a producer. He's done so many other things. You know what I mean? He probably might be a comedian too. You know what I'm saying? Guy is an electronic and dance DJ, yeah? Okay? He's performed at prestigious events such as Glastonbury and Lake of Stars, all right? The man is well-traveled. He's also signed to a label called Ujeni Records. You know what I mean? Worked with people like Lomwe, aka DJ Lomwe, Rudimental, Faith Musa, and Kim of Diamonds. Some of the names we have interviewed before. If you haven't seen the interviews, guys, go check them out. Let me bring out this guy, man. He is known as Mr. DREW MOYO. Welcome to 5Roundz, Drew.
Yo, thank you.
What's happening, man? How's it going?
I'm chilling, you know, Saturday, just hanging out in my studio.
Yeah.
Nothing much.
Yeah, I know, man. I like the setup as well, man. Shit.
Oh, thank you.
Got the whole soundproofing and everything, man.
Man cave, it's called.
This guy, I need me one of those, man. I need me one of those. I can see, I can see Vanessa's already in the chat, man. In the chat. So yeah, man. Welcome to 5Roundz, my guy.
Cheers.
We wanted to get to know you as an artist, as a person, and also to know what you're doing now. You know, we also wanted your people to know what you're up to. You know, so without further ado, my boss, who is DREW MOYO as a person? So you know, as a normal person, who are you, my friend?
That's a good question. Well, I'm an artist, if I can put it that way. I'm a creative person. I create all sorts of things. I think this creativity started a long time ago, like when I was in primary school, I should say. That time it was more like just, you know, playing around, fooling around, nothing really serious. But then I picked up a guitar like way early. Then I started playing guitar when I was, I think, 11, 12, somewhere there. So it got me to a point whereby I thought of, you know, doing something more with the music. DJ was one of the things I really wanted to do. And I remember that time I had this small radio back home, and I would imitate as if I was on radio, you know, taking the volume up and down, talk on the radio. So those are my early memories that I have of, you know, trying to be a DJ.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I remember growing up listening to 101 radio. That's where I knew Drew from. Like listening to 101 radio, and the man comes in, DJ Drew. I think he used to do the hip hop drill at a certain point, right?
Yeah. You know, man. Power 101 story is a very interesting story, very crazy story.
You can get into it, man. You can get into it.
People who know me, they know this story. People who know me A to Z, they know this story. There's I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's a flip-flop story. Okay. I call it the flip-flop story because basically when I moved from Lilongwe to Blantyre, I only had one flip-flop. And this is the time where I was searching for something to do with my life, and I had a dream to play Power 101, but I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't know where to go and who to contact. So I had my one flip flop, just walking around Blantyre, jobless.
One flip flop, yeah.
One flip flop, man. That's the flip flop story. If all the guys who know me, like from day one, they'll tell you about this story. It's a crazy story. So,
should have been DJ Flip Flop, man. Come on now.
I know. I consider calling myself DJ Flip Flop then.
Oh,
yeah, I did. Yeah, because I think I remember the first person that I met was Code Sangala.
CODE.
I met him at Junior Corner. This is like one of the days where I was just like, stranded in Blantyre, trying to figure out my life and trying to figure out what it is I'm doing, but still I'm burning inside. Like I want to play a Power 101 because I've been listening to Power 101 a lot. So I saw CODE at Junior Corner. And I was like, dude, you're CODE. It's like, yeah, that's me. I'm the biggest fan, man. And you know what? I really want to work for radio. The dude is like, yeah, for real. It's like, yeah, I want to work for radio. It's like, you know what? Just come through. Find your way there. Come through. We'll try you out. And then I had to fight myself to go out there and just try myself. As humans, we have this fear and insecurity. Is like, am I really worth it? Can I be able to do it?
I hear you.
And looking at my situation that time, I literally had one flip flop. I went to Power 101 on my interview with one flip flop,
and you got the job. Let's not flip about. You got the job, man, with one.
Yeah. So I went there, met Code again. He introduced me to the boss, and I spoke to them. We had a sort of like a small recording. They wanted to try if I can talk on air. Is my English good? That sort of thing. And then boom, I was in.
Jeez.
And then later on, they figured out that I could mix as well. So they gave me the first show they gave me was in the night. I think it was on Friday. It was just a mix show. I was just mixing. And then, that's how it kicked off, really.
Jeez, man. Come on. I mean,
the flip-flop story. Now you have it.
Official, exclusive. Flip-flop story, man. Honestly. You know what? I was surprised you said you were sort of I guess you seemed a bit nervous when you were doing the interview with Code and stuff like that. I was thinking to myself, man, you went into that interview with one flip-flop. You had nothing to lose. Man.
In life there's that one time and you think this is my shot. It's either I do it now or I don't do it at all. So it was that one time. I felt like this was my shot, And of course, I started playing before that time. In Lilongwe, I was playing music, but it wasn't taking me anywhere. I must say, my first gig at the club was at Harris Bar. I don't know if you remember that time.
I remember Harris Bar. Yes.
So it was those kind of small gigs. It was kind of like hand to mouth kind of jobs.
Jeez.
You play on the weekend, you get like 2,000 kwacha, and then you
and that's
figure out what to do
for the rest of the week.
Yeah, man. So it's been the hustle,
Oh, yeah, I bet it's been. What was the so what was it like? Was it like a full-time job where you had to commit yourself to a lot of hours, or could you do something apart from being a radio host or radio DJ?
So when I got the job, it was a full-time job. Then of course they figured out that I also had some other talents. I could be a journalist, I could do more. So I started doing more at the radio station, producing some shows, and it became bigger than I even thought, because I think after a few months, Sprite wanted me to start hosting the Sprite show. Yeah. And that was a huge step to me. That was like one of the biggest steps.
Yeah. You're well known for that as well. Sprite Contest,
Yeah, it was fun. It was so much fun. Then everything just from there just took off, Okay. It took off to the point where Channel O noticed me, and then that was That was a high. That was a highlight.
Channel O, man. Let's go back to the Sprite contest just a little bit. For the people that do not know what the contest is, can you tell us what this contest was about and what was your role in this Sprite contest, basically?
Okay, so the concept of Sprite Show was mainly was two things actually: DJing and hip hop battle.
Mm-hmm.
So what we were doing on every Saturday, I was hosting the hip hop battles where hip hop artists will come in with their music, their beats, and they basically tear each other apart. And by that time we had like really good Sprite sponsor. I remember like people were walking away with radios and CDs, and it was a really good, well-produced program. One of the best produced I've seen programs in Malawi. And then also there was a DJ part as well, where I think after every year the DJs had to battle, and I was hosting that as well with the late Kenny Clips, bless his soul.
Rest in peace, Kenny Clips.
Yeah, so it was so much fun. I don't know if it's still happening right now, the Sprite Show, but I wish it would still be going on, man.
Trust. I mean, speaking of the heights that you climbed, again, you mentioned this Channel O thing, right? How did you go from a guy who had half a flip flop to Channel O to Channel O? I'm gonna keep saying that, right? to Channel O now recognizing you as a DJ. How did that?
Right. Because I mean, that time there wasn't so many DJs in Malawi making their own beats, right? And I think I had been in touch with Q that time. I ran across Q because I was very friends with the Real Elements, and we were hanging out. So Q put me in touch with a guy named Afurakani Mohade from South Africa. He's a poet, and he hustles everything. So that was the contact of Channel O. When they heard my stuff, they're like, "Yeah, we want this guy on."
Jeez.
So I must safely say, this is not even like trying to put myself on a pedestal, but hey, I was the first Malawi DJ to play my own stuff on Channel O.
Jeez. Come on. People don't know this. Perfect. People don't know this, man. They don't know this.
No, maybe some know, but they've just forgotten about it.
You need to remind them, man. You need to remind them. Okay, so look, I had a few comments. Vanessa's like, look, legend in the building. So she said, what's the one song you had so much fun creating? That was the question she's asked already.
Wow.
She's throwing love hearts.
That was a hot one.
Yeah.
I have so many cool songs that I had fun recording. But the one I can pick out, the one that's very, very close to everything that I am. I think it's my last EP. It's a song called Baete.
Baete.
Yeah, that song actually came. It came as a dream at a festival called Shambhala in the UK. I was just I was in my tent, and then things started happening in my tent, and I could hear the beat, I could hear the song, I could hear the sounds, and I came into my studio and I touched it. It was exactly that. So that song has some special touch to me.
It's always good when you imagine something and then you create the thing that you're imagining. It's just, oh man, it's always good when that comes out. Honestly,
yeah.
That's good, man. We will come back to your music. We will come back. I just wanted to answer that question that Vanessa asked. By the way, the guys in the comments, guys, if you've just gone into the interview, I've got this legendary DJ here, Mr. Drew, the flip-flop DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Flip-flop DJ, man. You got a lot of flip-flops. Don't hate on the flip-flops, man.
We've got him here, man. This man is straight from Malawi, but he's live and direct in Norway. You know, I don't know how cold. Is it cold in Norway at the minute?
It's -2 today. Today's all right.
-2, bro. Come on, it's all right.
Today's all right.
-2 doesn't sound okay to me, boss.
Bro, -2 is okay. Like it can get crazy to -20, sometimes -30.
Jeez, that's mad.
Yeah, I think that's the worst I've experienced. -30. That was insane coldness. Like,
jeez, nice one, man. Nice one. Okay, so guys in the comments, man, show some love for the DJ right here, the DJ, the artist, the producer, DREW MOYO, man. Come on, show some love, like the video, send him some questions. You know what I mean? Ask the guy. You know, don't make me the only person who's gonna grill him today. Because when I'm done with this dude, man, he will have nothing else to say. Okay.
Oh man,
let's go back to the DJing part, right?
Yeah.
I can see that you had a passion for this DJing, right? I want to know, why did you choose this path? Because back then, I'm guessing this was the 90s when you decided to go into DJing. Why did you choose to do DJing when in Malawi entertainment was not really paying much, you know? And it probably wasn't the most favored job as well, you know. Why did you choose to do that?
I think the path chose me. Yeah, you know, I even asked myself the very same question. It's like, you know, I'm this kind of person that I don't like being comfortable. I like to be uncomfortable so that I can do something about it. And you know, getting into the DJ was a challenge, and I sort of told myself this is going to be hard, but it's what you love to do. Music wise, my father like poisoned me with so much music. Like I don't think if it wasn't for my father, I wouldn't be where I am today. I mean, he was educating me without me knowing that he's giving me education. When it comes to film and music, he was just the one. Like he had a collection of vinyls you don't understand. He had a mad collection of vinyls.
Wow.
Every Sunday we'd sit down and we'd just, like, you know, listen to music.
Yeah.
We would just listen to music, you know. And if we're not at the British Council in Lomwe watching Charlie Chaplin films, we're at home, you know, listening to music. And this is what I grew up with. And he's the guy that shaped DREW MOYO, basically.
Jeez. So what was the family record? What was the family vinyl? Which one did you go to? Because I'm gonna tell you the one that was playing in my house. Yeah, it was normally Yvonne Chaka Chaka. You know what I mean?
I think the family one. I think my father was more a Bee Gees type of guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, he loved the Yvonne Chaka Chaka and Brenda Fassie types, but he was also into soul. He loved soul. He was a soul man.
Jeez.
And you get that in my music too, because my music is very soulful, and I feel like that's coming from that.
It's very good, man. That is very good.
Yeah. So when I started like listening to DJs who were like, you know, making beats that time, Frankie Knuckles was actually one of the guys that made me really want to DJ.
Jeez.
Yeah, I listened to the first Frankie Knuckle record when I was when was this again? 92 maybe. That's the first time I noticed Frankie Knuckles, and I was like, I'm gonna be like him. I'm gonna be like this guy.
I don't know if did he have one flip flop as well? Because I told you I'm gonna keep going back.
I mean, every artist has their own story, right?
I know.
You never know. He probably had a flip-flop story.
True.
But I mean, yeah, he gave me like this thing, this drive that I just wanted to be Frankie Knuckles. And from there, I just started searching myself. I even started like, you know, trying to DJ with cassette tapes that time.
2000s kids will not know what you're talking about, man.
Man, they don't even know. They won't get it.
You know, sticking a pen in the cassette, making sure you rewind it to the point that the song starts, you know.
Bro, I tell you, I used to have a homie of mine. He lives in South Africa right now. His name is Chris Kelly, the musician Chris Kelly.
Shout out
Chris, when me and Chris met, because Chris had a sound system, and Chris used to tell me like, Drew, you can do this shit. Like, just bring your tapes. So I had a box full of tapes, man. And I would do a gig. I think we went to schools mainly. We were traveling around schools like Bunda College and all those schools around Lilongwe, playing gigs with cassette tapes, right?
Jeez.
So that's when I was like, no, I can do more. Then I think I bought like two Discmans. Like, you remember the Walkmans?
Yeah.
With a disc?
Yeah. They won't even know that one.
Those came in the picture. And then I think I met Kimba from the hip hop group, hip hop outfit.
Okay.
Kimba, that time he was DJing at Harris Bar. So he was like my first contact at Harris Bar. He's like, oh, so you can DJ, what can you do? So that was the first time getting into the club scene. And then it kicked off. But production-wise, I don't think I started that time. It was just a matter of like, I want to do it someday, but I will maybe find my sound someday. But I think I found my sound when I got into Power 101.
I see.
That's when the sound came.
We'll get into that sound of yours, because I saw something, and we'll get into the sound part of yours. To finish up the DJ part, right? So in 2008, you worked with Ghana's leading radio station called YFM Ghana for 7 months.
Yeah.
In the article I was reading, it said he quickly learned and adopted the cultural morals of Ghana and established himself as a popular DJ on radio. So okay, so what did you learn from working for a leading station in Ghana? What was pivotal? Why was it so pivotal? Because it seems like it really helped you excel your profession.
I think it was just the vibe, man. Like when I moved to Ghana, like that project really also again is the flip-flop story advancing.
Go on.
I mean, when that project came, it was introduced to me by the late Rafik Hajat, bless his soul. He came to me and said, "Drew, I've got something for you, something very interesting you might like." And I said, "What?" And he's like, "How do you feel like living in Ghana for about 2 years?" I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I got this contact for you. I got this organization there. You can be an exchange journalist and you can work at the radio station." I was like, "Oh shit, I ain't gonna say no to that." So I jumped on it, and then when I went to Ghana, just the vibe of West Africa, man. Like, I think what really got them interested in me is that I really learned how to speak Pidgin very quickly. And then on radio, even though it was broken that time, but they were having fun, like just watching me do it and speak Pidgin and do the mix. And they're like, "Yeah, we like this guy." So that's how I hooked on. And then, 9 months down the line, I was playing at the radio station there. And I was even sad leaving when the project ended. I was like, I don't want to go. I stay here.
What's the one thing you can take away from, say, being a DJ and also a journalist in Ghana to being a DJ and a journalist in Malawi? What's the one thing you could say, okay, Ghana's got this, Malawi's got this? What was the difference?
I think the opportunities, man. Like being an artist or being working in the media, you have to have a pipeline. And somehow the difference that time, I think Malawi didn't have a channel where you could sort of expand. There was no franchise. In working in Ghana, the show I was doing was sponsored by some energy drink, and we had mad franchise. That energy drink catered for us. Like we didn't starve. You know what I mean? And to me, it just like it felt so good to be on radio there. Not like I didn't feel good being on radio in Malawi, but there was just a different whole level. It's like, mind blowing working there.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Ever so colorful. So we've got some more comments. We've got Robin. Sorry if I butcher this name. Robin Sinsamala says, Moto, Robin. Tell us where you're watching this from. We've got Kondani Vundula saying, look, big up to my bro, DJ Drew.
Cool, man. Cool, man. Yeah.
He's asked you a question as well. So he says, Drew, great story. Have you done anything to uplift anyone in Malawi with a similar story as yours? And what advice would you give to those upcoming one flip-flop kids in Malawi? Jeez. Flip-flop kids. This is sticking, man.
Why you gonna do me like that?
he's put you on the spot. He's already Jesus. I think you should take my seat.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yo, I got one. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna mention much, but I've got a project right now that I'm doing. I'm shooting a documentary. I was down in Malawi in December. I'm helping out some kids down there. I'm going to shoot a documentary. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to mention because it's still in the pipeline. So yeah, the project is going, and those kids are flip-flop kids like me. And that's why I chose them, man. That's why I chose them. I was like, they need to experience life, man.
See, nah, that's good. That is good. I hope you're satisfied, Kondani. Hey, Jesus. Okay, so now let's go to your craft, the music, right? In an article in Nyasa Times, you said you created your own type of house music in Malawi called alien music. I was like, What is alien music? What is this, man? Tell us what it is. What is it?
Okay, so that time it was new. I mean, again, like I was saying, the sound came up when I was at Power 101. Sometimes I'll get like so much free time that I would just sit in the studio and just start playing around. And I think a few years down the line, Lomwe joined Power 101.
Big up Lomwe.
And then the two of us, we just became this clique where we sit in the studio for hours and hours and hours, and we just started discovering sounds, you know. And Lomwe could freestyle, so I would be making a beat and he would be freestyling there, and then that's how it kicked off.
I was surprised by the name Alien Music. I'm like, what are we getting invaded by house today or something? Yeah,
because every time we took the sound to like studios around like in Blantyre or wherever we took it, like people would be saying like, what is this stuff?
They were like, what's that? The typical Malawian thing when we don't know something. What is this? It doesn't sound Malawian.
So, I mean, I really understood them as well. Like from the point of view, from their perspective, I was like, yeah, I get you. You don't get this. So I was like, I'm gonna call this alien music because they don't get it.
Yes,
but they might get it someday.
Yes.
And then boom, came Channel O. Then they got it.
Come on. Let's also remind people that you were the first artist to release a house song in Malawi. The first artist in Malawi to release a house album, in Malawi, titled The Journey in 2008. All right.
Right.
What is the story behind this album? Why did you want to do this album? And what's the story behind it?
Okay, so this album pretty much was like inspired by what happened in South Africa at the Channel O performance. Because after that performance, like everything, just my whole perspective of being a DJ just changed. Because I was put on stage where other DJs, bigger DJs in South Africa, were playing their own beats. And to me, that made me feel like I want to be there too, you know? That made me feel like I was on their level. Even though the sound, even when I listen to it now, I was like, ooh, I make better sound now. But it was a start, you know, it was a start. And I think from that time, after that performance, I said to myself, I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to make more of this. And I said, okay, first album. I mean, I don't know if somebody else released a house album that time, but no, I mean, I can safely say that was the first one ever.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How was
what do you say?
Sorry, carry on, sorry.
No, so the thing is, when I released that album, this is another flip-flop story advancing.
Come on,
I was actually going around selling the CD like to people, like, yeah, listen to my new shit. you know. And I think I made like 150,000 just selling off people.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It was a vibe. It was a vibe.
And that's 2008 as well, you know. That's huge. That's huge.
It was a good vibe. And the boys I worked with were on that album. These were like always my boys, my really good friends, amazing producers. The Daredevils, man.
Big up the Daredevils, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. Because that time I moved, I was staying in Chichiri that time. I was living in Chichiri. And I linked up with the boys and they were like, dude, we dig your sound. I was like, dude, I dig your sound.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, so we spent hours and hours and hours in the studio, man, shaping that sound. And then we came out with that album.
Nice.
And that was it. Yeah.
Nice, man. Nah, we like that. We like that, man. And now, speaking of the people you've worked with, I mean, you have worked with people like Beating Heart. So, hold on a minute. So, Beating Heart Malawi, right? You've worked with people like Rudimental. You're gonna have to help me with this pronunciation. My new Lang. What is that? What's going on there?
These are cool cats. They play kind of electronic, like, you know, the UK vibe, dubstep ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these guys, pretty much how I linked up with these guys. First of all, it was Beating Heart. Beating Heart is two guys. It's made up two guys from England who discovered an archive of music recorded by a guy named Hugh Tracy in 1935.
I'm sorry.
So these guys found this crazy, amazing archive that this guy recorded in 1935 of like authentic African music, like cultural sounds. And they found the Malawi archive.
Yes.
And by that time, I think I'd met him at the festival in Shambhala in UK, I think. And they're like, yeah, do you wanna jump on? We're releasing an album where different DJs are gonna, you know, produce their own song, remixing the sounds from Malawi. So since you're from Malawi, do you want to jump on this project? Then this project is helping Malawi as well, because they have orphanages where the money that we make from this album goes direct to that orphanage. So I was like, yeah, this is going back home, helping home. I'm on it. And then it just so happened that they were also hosting a festival in Malawi where Rudimental and Manulang was also playing at the same place, same time. And they asked me, like, do you want to play with these guys? Do you want to do a set with these guys? And I was like, yes, bring it on. Bring it on. The flip-flop story advancing. Yeah. So I was on that album, and that album was amazing. It's still doing great, actually. If you look at the Spotify or wherever you listen to, the Beating Heart album is amazing. So after that, we run into talks about me releasing my own EP with them. So yeah, that was a follow up of that I released an EP called Vimbuza with them.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah. Go on.
I know it's the alien music now advancing.
Go on. Yes.
Right. So Vimbuza, basically, for me, I have this rebellious nature. I don't know if a lot of people know about me, but I do have a very
we know. Just go to his Instagram. You're gonna know.
I'm a rebel by nature. That's just who I am, and I can't get away from it.
Go on.
So I figured, you know, what's the best way to represent my culture, to represent my roots, than to create an album that has been demonized, or songs that have been demonized as the devil's music. And I said Vimbuza, because everybody looks at it as the devil's music.
Yeah.
Because it's voodoo, right? And I said, if it's voodoo, bring it on. That's my culture.
Now, for the people that don't understand what Vimbusa is, can you explain to us what it is?
So, in real sense, yes, Vimbusa is actually a voodoo dance from the northern part of Malawi, performed by the Tonga tribe. So what they do basically, if there's diseases or if there's problems in the village, there's a few people that are chosen to beat the drum. Not everyone, a few people that are chosen to beat the drum, and they sort of perform a ritual, a Vimbusa ritual, and it is voodoo because there's rum involved. You have to drink rum. You have to get in contact with the spirits, you know. And
by drinking rum,
man.
What? All right, I didn't know that.
I mean, you have to indulge to contact the higher spirits.
Okay.
If you don't indulge, then the higher spirits will say no to you. They won't welcome you.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah, man. So I said to myself, this is what I want. This is me. It felt home. I connected to it, and most of the sounds that I was listening to from this archive were either Vimbusa or from the southern part, the Yao tribe, and that just made me feel at home. I was like, I'm gonna make beats, electronic beats with this sound, and it came out with the EP Vimbusa.
All right, I'm starting to piece things together. So electronic dance and Vimbusa, alien music. Right. right. I'm figuring this out. Okay, so I mean, what's the story behind you performing at Glastonbury, and Kaya Festival as well in Wales? These are two big events in the United Kingdom. They are attended by many thousands, actually. So one of the top grossing events in the UK. How did you, considering your story, you've gone from Mr. Flip Flop to Mr. Alien Music, Mr. Channel O, Ghana YFM, now Rudimental, Glastonbury. We can't touch you anymore. Huh? How did this happen, man?
No, I'm actually very easy to find, man. I'm a regular guy.
All right, sir. All right.
I don't believe that, I don't believe that I have achieved some things, but I don't believe that that's where my goal is. I don't even have a goal, to be honest. Like, to me, I feel like having goals limits people. So you have to enjoy the journey. And I am very grateful this journey has been so amazing, like ups and downs. And all my highs have been really, really good. One of them, you just asked Glastonbury, how did it happen? So again, the boys I met from Beating Heart, after I released my EP with them, and I showed it to a few guys, and a few guys said, hey, do you want your guy to play at the festival? And then they rang me up and said, Drew, do you want to play Glastonbury? And I was just like, are you kidding me? Yeah. And it was that kind of moment where you just like, oh shit, this is what I've been working for. Like, this is what I've been fighting for.
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. I was going to say I did think about the flip-flops that time when I
Oh man! And how was the atmosphere? How did it feel? To be at Glastonbury, Kaya, compared to say Lake of Stars, which you have been to as well. How what was the difference, and how did it feel?
I mean, obviously these are two different festivals when it comes to scale. Like Glastonbury is 250,000 people attending, and that's massive,
crazy.
So I think. At Glastonbury, I would say I felt like I was on top of the world, number one.
With the
because, having the tag, wearing the tag of an artist that you can go everywhere, that puts you separate from everybody else. So even when you're chilling at the bar, everyone will start noticing your tag and they'll be like, "Hey, who are you? You know, explain your story. What kind of music do you play?" It makes you feel good. It makes you feel, on top of the world. So, Glastonbury, man. I actually went there with Faith Musa.
Okay.
So me and Faith performed at the same stage, and well, he did a set with a guy that was producing for him that time. So we were the two Malawians that were there at the Glastonbury Festival. We were playing at a stage called Shangri-La.
Oh, the Shangri-La.
And I think it was about 20,000 people attendance. It was mad. It was insane. It was madness.
Jeez, man. I mean, a lot, just so people take this into context, you pretty much shared an event or a stage that had people like the Foo Fighters, Ed Sheeran, Katy Perry, Stormzy, Major Lazer as the headlining, artists. Oh, you even had Solange Knowles, big artists, man. So we can't just touch you, boss. We can't just...
No, again, I believe, it's a journey. These are blessings. I was very fortunate to play these places, and I'm grateful for it. And I think to me, again, it's not the end goal. It's not like, it ends there. It's part of the journey, and I don't know where tomorrow is going to take me, and I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Past 3 years ago, I didn't know what I was going to be doing, but then I ended up making films. It's like, it just...
Hey, that was the secret weapon, man. This guy's revealed this. Okay, guys, pretend you didn't hear that. We're going to get to that, actually. So, look, before I get into the next story, right, let me just remind these guys, because they seem to be a bit shy now. Now that they know you performed at Glastonbury, they don't want to ask you questions. Okay, what's going on? guys, in the comments, if you have questions for this gentleman, we've only got him for a few more minutes, man. So send your questions in. Please
ask me what color the flip-flop was.
I bet it was a batter flip-flop.
It was batter. It
was. My next guess was half a Sophia, but yeah, okay, batter flip-flop. Right. Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
Man. I actually had a wire like run through it because it was so worn out. So I had a wire run through it, and then fix a little bit of a platform under there so I can still use it for some days.
Jeez, listen.
Yeah, man.
With your flip-flop story. And you know what? Kondani is right on cue here. He says, can we hear something that you are working on? You played something for me. So yeah, let people hear what you're doing, man.
Oh, man.
People are just like alien music. What is this alien music? So let's hear this alien music, man.
I have this golden rule to not make anyone sample my music before it comes out, but hey.
It's exclusive, man. For 5 rounds, you got to do it. Guys,
all right, for 5 rounds, I'm going to do it. Let me play you something here. Let's see.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Something is going to come out just now.
You see, this guy is already, now it's like he's on radio. You might as well present it like a radio DJ.
Exactly. This is DJ DRE to the W. You tuning in. Just to test, right? That's what I'm working on.
Oh man! Come on. If people are not liking the video right now, I don't know what you like, guys. Come on now. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Right. So in an article on Nyasa Times in 2016, right? You said I believe in Malawi music and the future of it. right?
Mm.
Coming from a club and a radio DJ background, I have knowledge of our music and the struggle artists go through to get their music out there to the audience. We have a lot to learn in terms of production and management. What we are missing is exposure. Now, since you said that, right? What is your outlook on the industry right now? So that was 2016.
That was 2016. Yeah, that's some time back, right? I think when I say that, it came from, I think I was in Malawi also that time when they interviewed me. Yeah. Exposure. There has been changes now because I mean, there's South African artists doing, collaboration with Malawian artists, Nigerian artists doing collaboration with Malawian artists, Ghanaian doing collaboration. So I think exposure-wise, we're actually getting somewhere. We're going somewhere. Production-wise, we are actually moving very far because there's some really cool cats making some really nice beats in Malawi, and I think I'm just very happy to see that wave. You know, the more we have producers, the more things is gonna develop. You know.
Okay, that's true.
I think we still need specialization when it comes to making music. You know, because not everybody can make a record. Not everybody can mix a record.
Just keep going, man.
not everybody can master a record, you know. So there's a mix engineer, there's a recording engineer, there's a mastering engineer. So you need this kind of specialization. I'm a producer and a mix engineer, right? By profession, but I cannot master my stuff because that's not my thing. So I have to send my stuff for somebody else to master it for me. But I think where in Malawi, where it's lacking there, we need to kind of, create this channel where everybody has the piece of the cake, right? So a mix engineer guy sends it over to another guy, he pays that guy. So when it's like a production, everybody gets paid, everybody eats. So it's not just one person to say, yeah, I'm going to this producer and he does everything. The sound will be so limited. I mean, I found out that when you send it to a few people, a few hands, a few ears,
you have a few ideas. Bigger it
becomes. So we need that in Malawi, and it is just an honest opinion. It's not like Wamatama.
Just an
honest opinion.
Honest opinion from an honest man. Come on.
From a flip-flop guy.
Honestly. Yeah. So on the track that you played, so Kondani said, "Look, fire. I need that, Drew." Oh man. Okay. So now going to what you do other than DJing, producing, and making music. You also sent me a clip that you made, like a little film that you made, right? I wanted to share this film with people. You already spilled the beans that you're a director, so I can't really say that. I can't really now bring it in as a surprise, but you shared a film with us. Guys, look, I'm going to share this film directed by Drew, all right? Let us know what you think, and then we'll ask him a few questions. Hold on for this one, guys. Look at that. Moyo Films, this guy. I want to be an actor one day.
You want to be an actor one day? Oh, man.
Come on, then.
To tell you something, but I really don't know how to. I was out the other night with Hilda, and I fucking saw Gary with another girl. You know what? I could see that something was going on, but later I saw them like making out. It was obvious that they didn't care, or like he didn't care.
Hello, miss. How can I be of assistance?
Hi, Marcus?
Maria?
Oh my god, how random.
It's been like forever since high school.
Yeah.
Let me show you to your table, okay? And we can catch up later.
Now I found that quite awkward. I was like, "What the hell?" That was weird.
The guy is a douche. You know?
I know, man.
But it
gets his phone out straight. I'm like, "What's going on?"
And you know, every part that I cast him is usually these kind of parts, right?
Oh, really?
I gotta screw
Yeah.
Service around here, please. Hello.
He has that something in him like that.
I see.
Don't worry, I'll clean it up for you.
Oh,
juicy.
Yeah, man.
You have one new voice message.
Hey Gary. So, all you to finish with, you know who.
The audacity.
Exactly.
Okay, bye.
Oh man. I haven't seen this in a long time since I released this.
Bro, I watched this and I was like, whoa. The story is mad. I wonder what she was thinking here, man. Like, Sha.
Hey, Marcus, could you grab some beer for me from the storage, please?
And then the sex scene, obviously.
Don't worry, we ain't getting there. We ain't getting there.
18 years and over.
18 years and over, man. Just in case there's kids watching, don't worry, there's nothing obscene.
Oh. This guy really wanted to bang her.
You know what? That's what I was thinking. Who the hell
Okay?
goes and listens to somebody crying? Like, why not just send a female colleague or something, you know?
Right?
Honestly. Yeah, man.
Nice.
And that's that. So, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, this guy, huh? Flip-flop DJ, yeah. Artist, producer, Mr. Glastonbury, Mr. Rudimental collaboration, you know, and now film directing, yeah. Jeez. How did you get into this, man?
I mean, like I said, my father has poisoned me with two things. I'm saying poison me because I can't get away from it. Film and music. So the film part, I don't know, like, I did not know when it was going to come. It's only like 2019, 3 years ago, and I thought to myself, I want to go back to school. I want to learn more about this craft. And then, yeah, that's how it okay, but I've always been watching films like since I was 7.
Jeez.
So, you know, in Lilongwe in City Center, I don't know if it's still there, the British Council. We would spend hours in there just watching Charlie Chaplin films, all those old stuff that will sit in there and just watch stuff. And that's how my film kind of enthusiasm came from.
Jeez.
So as we speak now, I can watch 5 films in a day.
5 films one day.
Yeah.
I could barely watch one. I'll probably fall asleep through half of it. You know what I mean? I fell asleep through James Bond, the new James Bond. I fell asleep like halfway through. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch this later because it was long. It's a good movie, but I just like, it's long.
Because I mean, learning the art of film, you have to kind of watch what others are doing. So, what I do is just like watch what others are doing, and the clip I played you, this was actually one of my very first short films that I did. And this was 2019. This is a long time back when I recorded this. So it's like my first sort of me directing a short film.
Good. No, it's a good attempt, man. I don't think I'd ever get something like that going. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? Mine would probably look like a school play or something. You know?
No, I think we all have a story in us that we want to tell. That's what I believe in.
Trust me.
It's all a matter of like, getting the right tools together and putting the story together.
True.
I think every human can tell a story.
See, that's true, but how many can show it? How many can show this? Showing it is another story, man. Honestly. So, should we expect more work, more films from you? Have you
Most definitely, because right now what I did was like I gave myself time to educate myself, to learn the craft, so that I'm not just trying out stuff. I believe I'm the kind of person who, if I want to do something, I need knowledge. So like music, I put in work to learn how to produce sound, DJ, I put in work to learn how to even scratch or to even mix or to even do the sound. Because most people think DJing is just like playing the beats, right? You have to hear the sound. You have to know what you're doing with the EQ. You don't just play beats, right? So I put my energy in educating myself. So I took time, like the 3 years, to just say, I'm going to go back to school, learn to be a director, and I'm going to make films. So I'm on my final stages right now. I have about 4 months to go. But I'm doing a documentary, like I said. I'm not going to say what it is because it's still in the works.
Yeah.
I'm also developing a TV concept.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of things happening. It's exciting time. I haven't forgotten music. I'm still making beats, like you heard. So there's something might be coming out soon.
Of course.
Yeah. And of course, I've got 3 kids to raise as well. So that's
absolutely.
That's a job in itself. Right?
That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Now, for the people that where can we get your music, your content? Your music, your films. Where can we get all this content from?
Okay, so my music you can find on Spotify, iTunes, and pretty much every platform that's streaming music. I'm on there.
Cool.
But with the film, you can only see this on Vimeo.
Okay.
Yeah. So search for my name. Some people don't know my real name, like passport name. So it's like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg has a passport name. He's Snoop Dogg. We know him as Snoop Dogg, but he has a passport name.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you search for my passport name, which is Andrew Albert Kwizombe, then you find me on Vimeo. You get the film there.
Cool.
Yeah, there's more stuff coming. We're just working on it right now, but there's more stuff coming there.
Well, you guys heard it, man. You guys,
man.
You heard it yourselves, man. Jeez, man. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to share this platform with you. To listen to your story, once again, from flip flop to radio DJ to journalist to work. I
was amazed you haven't heard the flip flop story. Right?
No, I'm amazed myself. Listen. I think up until maybe 2018, I thought your real name was Drew.
Right.
I thought it was just DREW MOYO. I was like, It's until
like
I
you know
Googled
the Drew part. Actually, this name came way back,
All
long
right.
time ago. Because back in the days in the 80s, we used to have Andrew's liver salt. You know that medication that helped your stomach, with acid
Yes.
and gas and everything.
Yes.
So I used to have a lot of stomach problems, and my mom used to buy that for me. And then the company changed from Andrew's to Drew's, right? So I used to carry those things around at school and everything, and people started calling me Drew's. And then Drew became the name Drew. Nobody called me Andrew anymore. Everybody just called me Drew.
All right. So
that's how the name came up. But
where did the Moyo come from then?
So Moyo means life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just love my life. So I just said Drew life. I'm experiencing my life. I'm so much in love with my life.
So what I'm getting from this here is your first part was taken from a medicine that cures your stomach, and then the other says gives you life. So I cure your stomach and give you life.
And give you life.
Oh man,
Amen to that. Cheers to that one, man.
Brilliant. Nah, we like that, man. Right. So as a tradition, Mr. Drew, we let the guests take us away. Before you do that, I wanted to thank the guys that came and watched the video with us and asked the questions and gave Drew support. Guys, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it to your friends, man, because this is an absolutely amazing story. If you are not subscribed, I need to remind you again, guys, like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you do not miss anything, guys. All right. We're going to give it away to Mr. Drew. I wanted to thank you for joining as well, for coming in, sharing us your story, telling us about your journey, boss. You know what I mean? It's been legendary. Absolutely. So without any further ado, the stage is yours, sir.
Yo, this is DJ Drew Moyo, the flip-flop guy, and you're tuned to 5Roundz.
Yeah. 5 Rounds, baby. Come on, guys. We'll see you later, man. Thank you for tuning in. Take it easy.